Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Mason from NIGC, uh, shiny Las Vegas. We're going to talk a little bit about digital wallets and how they're being used now. And digital wallets have been around for a very long time now. Uh, with the spread of the pandemic and all that stuff, it's really kind of taken a new role in gaming and a new look and a new rollout for tribal gaming. So. This course is going to kind of go through, what digital wallets are and how they can be used and things like that. If you kind of think about what a digital wallet is, a form of digital wallets have been around for a very long time, whether it be, on your phone or, Google Pay, Apple Pay, that type of thing. But even all the way down to the old days with like GameStop and or GameWorks and stuff like that, where you'd actually put money on a card. So that was a kind of a form of a digital wallet back in those days. We'll kind of go through what we're going to talk about today. What is a digital wallet? The typical digital wallet process, how you go about using it, digital wallet features. We'll even talk about some do's and don'ts when utilizing a digital wallet, and then some digital wallet stuff in the news. I don't know how many people are actually using a digital wallet now. With the form of like Samsung Pay or Apple Pay or Amazon Pay or something like that. I know I use it quite a bit, use my Apple Pay quite a bit, kind of link it to my credit cards. It doesn't, it's kind of, sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. Honestly, I always think about it when I'm at a CVS or a Walgreens, but when I'm out at other places, I don't, for some reason, it just doesn't come to me to pull my phone out and use it. But big industries have been putting a lot of money into digital wallets. PayPal, Amazon Pay, all that kind of stuff is really coming to the forefront now with this pandemic and going on. They hold your banking information like your debit card or a credit card, and you can use them at different point of sale places. But unlike a physical wallet, you don't have to have the card in your pocket. So it kind of makes it a lot easier. A lot of places still don't take it, but and you'll notice it at some of the stores when you go to pay, I'll actually say, we don't take Apple Pay or Google Pay or whatever. But for the most part, they're getting into that realm. So here's kind of a usage as of 2019. So about 28% of the people use a digital wallet. I use it for the most part. There should be one in there for like, I use it sometimes because I don't use it all the time. It's just out of forgetfulness, I guess. But 20% that don't use a mobile wallet but would probably consider it. And then let's block here. 51% say they wouldn't use it at all. So, or don't have any interest in it. So I think once we start pushing it and the digital wallet era starts to push into it a little bit more, I think that'll become more apt to use it more often. I kind of view this particular slide as, back in the day when we were moving from coin to tickets, a lot of people were discouraged about, using coins and instead of tickets. And now from using cash and tickets to a digital bill validators, physical cash on the floor, that type of stuff, which is, a lot of the troubles and irritants of running a casino. So that was 2019, and this is kind of the diagram of how the actual process or the wallet diagram would work. So you're at the point of sale, pull out your digital wallet, use Google Pay or Apple Pay or something like that, or one of the other pays. The encrypted credit card information goes to the payment processor, and then it requests the money from your bank. Once your bank says yes, the money goes into the payment processor, and then onto the point of sale. This thing is in the way. So for to the bank store. So basically, the money goes in this big circle. Money goes to the store's bank, and then it alerts the point of sale saying yes, it's a good transaction. So basically, it's just kind of the same way a physical bank card would work. Swipe your card, you type in your PIN number, it queries the bank, see if you got the money there. If you have the money there, then it goes back into the payment processor, says you got it, and then it goes back into the bank store from your debit card. So kind of the same type of thing, but basically what you're doing is you're linking your mobile wallet to your bank card in order to pull the funds off of. So here's another typical digital wallet process. You launch the mobile app on your phone, whether it be Google or Apple or whatever. Once that, select the credit card to use. You have multiple cards connected to your digital wallet. You can choose a card or choose your bank card, choose your debit card, choose an actual credit card, something like that. So choose the card you want to use. Verify with your identity. Sometimes it's a fingerprint. You put your finger on the dealer, or face recognition, something like that. Some kind of to verify your identity. Maybe it's a PIN number. Hover over or tap the reader with your phone, and it processes the account. So this is so in the way. So the authorization token goes from your payment, goes onto that payment network like we had in the last screen, and then transfers the money into the bank. So digital wallets. Some of the features of a digital wallet, there's quite a few, and then every day they're coming out with some new stuff. The apps are usually free, obviously, because they want you to use it, get used to using it. Use it for payments for your bills from websites. I know a lot of times when you buy something, let's say like Amazon or some kind of website, when you purchase from there, they always ask to keep your information. Would you like to store your information here? That way you can go back in and make other purchases. And don't have to type in all the information from your card again. You can redeem coupons, receive discounts while shopping. I don't know if anybody shops at Target or something like that, but I know you go in there. I open up the Target app, and you just zap all the little, whatever you want to buy, and see if there's some kind of coupon or discount on those products. And then of course they send you promo codes and things like that to come in and save 10% off or whatever. And you can also do refunds and things like that through your digital wallet. So kind of a lot of new features, a lot of different features. I think the most endearing one would be for in a casino environment would be redeeming of coupons or sending out promos and ads and things like that to entice you to come back to the casino. Maybe a discounted buffet or something like that when you use that app. So I think it's definitely going to be a form of payment to use as your payment for using the games, as well as a marketing tool, which would really help that particular environment. So this is 2017 statistics on using a digital wallet. So in 2017, you can kind of see the demographic, the age demographic of I'm not going to use it. I don't want to use it. It's like in the middle diagram there, you're 60 years and older. No, I don't want to use it, and I wouldn't use it. Now this particular statistic probably is going to change a lot. This is obviously pre-pandemic. So I think that the 2019 one even is pre-pandemic as well, where now that people are a little bit more worried about touching things and getting sick, that maybe using a digital wallet will probably increase. If the statistic in 2021 might be a lot different than we see today. So it is a big concern, a big topic of conversation with a lot of the industry here. So I know that companies like Avery and IGT or Cygames, things like that are really in talks of doing digital wallet style stuff. And just like tickets, I think that once you get used to it, it's going to be a lot easier to use and a lot more user friendly. A lot more features will coming about too when people start using digital wallets a lot. Again, if anybody has any questions so far, please go ahead and type it into the Q&A pod, and hopefully we can try and get that answered straight away. We'll move on. So digital wallets in a casino gaming environment, depending on the game vendor, they should have their own app for the customer to utilize. Kind of similar to the old days in ticketing, when tickets, games produce the tickets were vendor specific. You could use the games, a VGT game would only take a VGT ticket, etc. Until they kind of iron that whole process out, where you can go from game to game with any ticket, any vendor to any vendor. That's when the digital wallet's really going to take off, and I think that's where it's going to be centered towards, is more using the digital wallet on the system side, where you would basically use as I've seen several vendors that use the Bluetooth technology when they're connecting to it, or you'll be connected to maybe say the Wi-Fi in the casino itself, where your app is connected to that Wi-Fi network, and that Wi-Fi network allows you to transfer the monies back and forth using a PIN number, maybe a PIN number that's associated with your player card, for instance. Or just basically Bluetoothing it back and forth from your phone to the actual game itself. So the transition from the industry, to the gaming side is going to be a little bit different as far as that goes. You're actually putting it on a gaming device. You'll have to really look into your compact and see if there's some wording in there that doesn't allow or does allow, or maybe it's not even recognized at all. Maybe you don't have policies or procedures in order to utilize it, and that's something that maybe you could look into for that as well. So here's some digital wallet in layman terms. Digital wallet is it has software and is an information component. So once you launch that app, this is going to basically allow you to choose credit cards or choose your debit card. It'll also be an information component where you can put marketing information, things like that. The software provides security and encryption for the personal information for that transaction. So it'll be a proprietary encryption, flowing back and forth that would be handling your funds. Normal mobile wallets are stored on a client side and are easily self-maintained and fully capable of most e-commerce websites. So for the most part, every website has their own style of mobile wallet. When you store your information or purchase something from Amazon or from whatever website, has a very similar style thing. So a server-side mobile wallet, also is known as a thin wallet, is one that organizes and creates for you and maintains on a server. So obviously, when you launch that app, choose your credit card or your debit card. That information is obviously housed at your banking institution. You're only using your mobile wallet app to gain access to it, sort of like a cloud server would, where I'm just opening the app and I'm accessing my information or accessing my funds through a thin wallet. The information component is basically a database of user input information that consists of at least your shipping address, your billing address, and payment methods, including like credit card numbers and expiration dates, etc. A lot of times they'll do a way where you use your mobile wallet, and if there's any exceptions, let's say a personal company policy where I hover my mobile wallet over the payment POS system there, and it says to type in that security code that's on the back of your credit card. That's their second form of verifying who you are and if you're actually using you're actually the person using it. So if that's a policy for some places, then that would be that policy. or a PIN number or something like that, similar to using a debit card or something like that. So that's some policies, some personal companies' policies. There's a gas station I go to, and every time I use my mobile wallet to buy gas at the pump there, I wave my phone over it, and it tells me to type in the little 3-digit number on the back of the card. So I got to do that every single time. So I kind of have to memorize that, of course. So here's some do's and don'ts when using a mobile wallet. So obviously use a strong password. We talked about that myself, Jaron Cox, Tim Cotton. We've all talked about using strong passwords in length. So obviously you use a strong password when you're utilizing that. Try not to use a public Wi-Fi. I've noticed a lot of times when you have to open up and launch that app, you connect to the company or the operations Wi-Fi in order to utilize it. So try not to use a public Wi-Fi when you're using that app. Download your app from trusted sources. You have an Apple phone, you download it from the Apple site, that type of thing. So, obviously download your apps from trusted sources anyhow. Don't fall for cashback offers. If you download this app and get $10 cash back, those are usually phony. They're always phony. Check your mobile wallet statement carefully after every time you use your mobile wallet. When I use mine, the bank itself sends me anything time I use it over $25, it sends me an email saying you just used it at this particular place and it was over $20, yes or no, and I have to punch the yes button on my bank statement. So not all banks are like that, but always check your mobile wallet statement very carefully. And I always say, if you have a mobile wallet and you're adding money to it, let's say in order to use it at a casino or use it at a specific place, don't add too much money on there. You never know in the event of some kind of cyber hack or some event that it's not protected. You don't want to lose too much out of there. So kind of add as much as you think that you're going to use. And when you're done, you can transfer it back, via PayPal or your mobile app or your wallet or whatever features you have, but just transfer it onto the app and then transfer it back into your bank account. So if you're considering using mobile wallets or considering using some kind of mobile pay in your property, here's some of the regulations to kind of take a look at. Physical security, as far as like where the data is, data and hardware separation, access history, logical security, proximity software and passwords, and of course user controls. As far as like access credentials goes, you should really pay attention to that particular area. Management personnel or agents independent of the department being controlled must assign and control access to the system or functions. It's just really a good idea to kind of take a look at these particular areas, especially if you're going to add it to the system itself, the online accounting system, or it's probably where, for the most part, a mobile wallet is going to reside. That way, it could be transferred from different game vendors to different game vendors. So something to kind of take a look at if you haven't developed, policies and procedures for use of a digital wallet. This is some place to kind of start. So before adding digital wallet technology, make sure you review your tribal internal controls. If you haven't adopted anything like this before, it's a really good idea to kind of take a look and see if there's any.
So you wanted to make sure you review tribal internal controls, and if you don't, then you might want to develop some sort of internal controls, some policies and procedures for that. As far as and then review any technical standards. This is where you want to take a look at, see what's been tested from your independent testing labs, and review those letters and what technical standards are being used to really take a look at those systems and review how it works and what to verify, that type of thing. How to do the testing on your own there on site, and then review and revise system internal controls and policies and procedures as needed to address digital wallets. So just basically how the money is being transferred. I know that in the past there's been some compacts that specifically don't allow you to remove money from a credit card or bank and place it directly onto a slot machine. That's in the past it's been one of those can't do type of things. There's been a lot of systems that wanted to do that, but you can't basically transfer money directly from your bank account or a credit card directly onto a slot machine. So a lot of compacts and a lot of regulations have revised that particular that ruling, but this particular one would be similar to that, but you would transfer the money from your bank account to the app, and the app would then transfer it to the slot machine itself, or et cetera. So depending on the way the system is put together. So you might want to review how your internal control policies and procedures will kind of address digital wallets and how that's kind of put together. Let me put this stuff back together here. Okay, so here's some digital wallet news. Those of you that have been kind of paying attention to how digital wallets are coming about. Boyd Gaming partners with Aristocrat to launch a mobile loyalty app. So this offers you to engage at home, on the go, or on the casino floor. So this is more allows you to take a look at some of the mobile technology that Boyd Gaming is starting to use with Aristocrat's kind of mobile wallet. Not that you can, you're not playing games from home, but it allows you to kind of take a look at your account balances, your status, your tier status from the loyalty program, and then activate like promotional offers and things like that. You can even enter drawings, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a neat little idea, but to kind of expand their loyalty program, their player points and things like that. So they put together kind of a neat little system. This is one too that we've been kind of watching pretty closely. Avery's new system, which is the Cash Club wallet. It allows the casino customers to load funds onto the application directly from their bank accounts, debit cards, or credit cards. The players can then use the app to wager directly on a casino slot machine or electronic table or live table game. All of which, it's all like integrated into the system. So this is, I know there are some properties out there that are using this particular one. I haven't yet utilized it myself. I haven't, played with it much. Read quite a bit about it, but that's pretty much it. But this is one that is really kind of pushing forward as well. And I know that with the rise of sports betting and sports betting from home or sports betting outside of the casino itself, this is one of the uses for doing online pay and how you make those wagers and things like that. So this is a little video here. Let me see. There we go. Hopefully everyone can hear that.
Consumers today are embracing and requesting digital services and virtual wallets. Casino operators are required to rethink how their guests access cash and bring funds to the gaming floor. The need to provide a high-level guest service while maintaining safe interactions has driven a demand for cashless, self-service, and touchless solutions. Every is proud to announce the launch of Cash Club Wallet, a secure, PCI-certified, FDIC-insured AML payment engine for digital payments. Cash Club Wallet is a mobile, cashless, and loyalty application that provides an omni-channel experience throughout the casino resort. Cash Club Wallet is easily connected to your every payment products, which include ATM kiosk modules such as Quick Ticket, check cashing, and credit card advances. The Cash Club Wallet app provides modules such as Quick Ticket, check cashing, and credit card advances. The Cash Club Wallet app provides identity security and payment credentials, allowing deposits and withdrawals from the player's personal financial accounts. Funds can be loaded onto any mobile device with Cash Club Wallet. Once funds are loaded onto the Cash Club Wallet, patrons can tap to wirelessly load funds directly onto the gaming device. When patrons cash out, they select Redeem and tap the gaming device. The remaining funds are loaded back into the Cash Club Wallet. Patrons can keep funds in their Cash Club Wallet, move to another game, cash out through an Every kiosk, or deposit directly back to their personal financial accounts via ACH. Every solves the challenges of bringing additional cash funds onto the casino floor with a multi-channel view, which allows for greater operational efficiency, responsible gaming support, additional revenue streams, all while improving customer satisfaction and client support. Cash Club Wallet provides a complete enterprise of solutions, which includes retail operations and integrates with the resort's custom apps. Every brings unprecedented solutions for casino operators embracing a cashless solution for today's customer base.
So that was just an example of how Avery's version works. There's several others out there. That's just kind of an example of how that particular one works. So there's some more digital wallets in the news articles. So Cygames rolls out a cashless product post-pandemic era. So this unified wallet eliminates the lines of the ATMs and to withdraw cash or at the kiosk to redeem tickets and things like that. So this is just another way. Another version of it as well. And it's just not promoting any digital wallet, just kind of giving you an idea of what's out there to kind of take a look at. You can see the links at the top here from the CDC gaming reports of where you can actually find this particular article and the article on Avery, et cetera. So we'll play another quick video here.
Oh, hi, I'm Cassius with Scientific Games, and even before COVID-19 came along and everyone started second-guessing the use of cash in casinos, we were already working on a new system for you, a system of electronic payments. Here's how it works in 3 easy steps. Step 1, players use their smartphone to download your casino's app. No app? No problem. Let Scientific Games make one for you. Step 2, players open an account and they link it to their credit or debit card. Step 3, when they come to your casino, players walk right over to their favorite slot or table game and use their player's card or even their phone to buy in. See what I mean? It's so simple. And you know something? You're gonna love 86ing all that cash from your operation. Just think of the benefits. You'll be able to market individually and instantly to players because you know exactly how and where and when they like to spend their money. You will eliminate the friction of signing up for a player's card, a friction that turns off younger customers. No more fixing broken bill validators, ticket printers, or redemption kiosks. You'll be able to give your players a true omni-channel experience that combines in-person, online, and social play-for-fun gaming. And last, but certainly not least, you'll be able to promote responsible gaming. Well, okay, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. And on behalf of everyone at Scientific Games, I want to thank you for being our partner in this revolution.
As you can kind of see, the Cygames is really promoting the benefit of using mobile wallets, for younger players. That going to get that player card is kind of turns off younger players. On top of repairs for cash boxes and bill validators. The ticket printers, kiosks, et cetera. So there's kind of a push towards that as well. Kind of the same thing back in the old days when we were really pushing for use of tickets, not having to walk across the floor with big bags of coins over your shoulder and fixing those hoppers, every slot guy on the floor, walking around that giant screwdriver to unjam the hoppers and things like that. So it was really kind of a big push as well for, going from coins to tickets. So now we're talking about going from cash and tickets to some form of mobile payment. And so here's just another example of digital wallets in the news. For IGT Resort Wallet, technology leads evolution of cashless gaming in New York City. So you can kind of take a look at that as well in the CDC news as well. So I think we have one more video here.
Welcome to Resort Wallet from IGT. Resort Wallet provides a digital wallet for all your players' gaming and retail needs, from card or cardless-based cashless transactions. Your players will love the convenience of getting rid of cash and all the hassles associated with using cash. Here's how it works. Getting started with cashless gaming is easy and convenient. Hello and welcome to your cashless gaming experience educational video. Once you've enrolled in the casino's loyalty club, you can then create your very own cashless account at your casino's designated location. Your cashless account can be funded by depositing cash at the casino cash desk, or even at the slot machine, or by transferring funds from any of your available financial institutions, such as bank accounts, credit cards, debit cards, and more. With IGT Pay, IGT's exclusive payment gateway, your players can fund their cashless wagering accounts from multiple external sources simultaneously. Now that you've created and funded your cashless account, you can use your player's card or the mobile app to begin your cashless gaming experience. Let's get started. When using your player's card, you'll notice the bezel turn to green or blue when you tap in from your mobile device. These indicators let you know that you're now carded in and ready to access your cashless account. Once you've successfully carded in, follow the instructions to find your cashless account. Determine the amount you'd like to withdraw from your cashless account. Select the transfer button and watch as your machine credits increase. You're now ready to play. When you're ready to cash out, it's easy to transfer your credits right back into your cashless account by hitting the Cash Out button, or Card Out button on the mobile app, or simply pull your player's card. The benefits of cashless gaming are amazing. No more waiting in lines at ATMs to get cash. No more waiting in lines to redeem your tickets. And no more waiting for service when your ticket printer jams. Good luck and enjoy your new cashless experience. With IGT's Resort Wallet, your players will experience the convenience of digital transactions throughout your resort property.
So as you can see from that video, you can use it as your player card as well. So it gives you a lot of flexibility on how to use digital wallets, not necessarily having to use it as a form of payment, but you can actually use it as your player card as well. So if you feel uncomfortable about loading money onto it or linking a credit card or debit card to your digital wallet, in this particular form, you could just simply use it as your player card or player account. I don't know if we had any questions. Tim's probably answering them all from our Q&A pod there. So, but we'll kind of recap, how a digital wallet is kind of looked at and seen. So industry-wide, there are many types of digital wallets, as we talked about, Apple Pay, Google Pay, et cetera. And as we kind of move into using it in a casino environment, you're going to start to see some proprietary vendors like IGT or Cygames or others using it as an app for much more than just transferring money back and forth. Using it as, like I said, the player club card, for using it as marketing tool, player promotions, things like that. You can even use it to direct for new things coming up or promotions that you're running, maybe the giveaways and things like that. So it does give you a little bit more flexibility as far as marketing goes, not just using it as a form of payment transfer as well. Board gaming vendors are getting their digital wallets certified through your independent testing labs to be able to use in your operations. In my prior years with independent testing labs, we tested quite a few of these digital wallets, quite a few that really were pretty neat, pretty robust. Their real main focus, as far as back in those days, was to really fund the casino floor itself on its internal only, not much outside of the actual using it on a game or in the, you wouldn't use it in the restaurants and things like that. You just use it specifically for the games. Some of those digital wallets that were tested were very much like the GameWorks style, where you'd walk in and you'd load, let's say $100 on your player card, and then you would use your player card at the machine to EFT, electronic fund transfer, or AFT it down to your player card or to the system itself. So you would just download, your money from there onto the game itself. Now, that's been around for quite a while as far as promotions goes, where you would send out mailers or something like that, saying, come into to the casino on Tuesday afternoon from 12 to 3 and redeem a free $10 from your player card. So it's kind of the same type of idea where you would actually load a certain amount of money onto that. So those are the ideas. I'm not aware of a whole lot of places that have used it, but those type of digital wallets were being tested quite a few years ago, as far back as I can remember, 7-8 years ago, when we really first started seeing some things like that. The idea behind it was very neat, as far as that goes. If you download it onto your player card, you can walk around the casino floor with, whatever you loaded onto your card, and say $100. There's no cash in the machines. There's no bill violator issues. You go over to a kiosk and swipe your card, put your PIN in, and take your funds right back off of that card itself. So it's kind of a neat little way, but you didn't access a banking institution in order to do that. You actually put in the environment I'm talking about, you'd walk up to the kiosk, swipe your card, punch in your PIN number, and then put $100 or whatever into the kiosk, and then the kiosk would load that onto your player card. And then you'd walk around the floor, play your games, put your winnings onto the card, that type of thing. And then you go back to the kiosk, swipe your card, put your PIN in, and the kiosk would pay out what's left on the card. So that type of environment has been around for quite a while. Obviously, that doesn't have any connection to your bank in that type of sense. Where this digital wallet industry that we're talking about, as far as Apple Pay and Google Pay, things like that, would actually go and you could link a credit card or a debit card or something like that to it, using that type of environment. So again, it has been around for a very long time. Has been used for quite a while. So it's something to kind of look forward to. And if you have any questions or anything like that regarding, please obviously put it into our Q&A pod, and Tim will be back there answering those questions. Of course, if you have anything else, I thank you for your time. I buzzed through that a little bit fast, but pay attention to the industry and how the industry is really kind of looking into this. They're very much pushing it. Most of the vendors are really taking a stance on digital wallet and how it's going to work, and people's acceptance to it now that the pandemic is here, and when we hopefully start to get over it a little bit soon here, how we're going to address it in the actual casino or on the casino floor. So with that, I really appreciate your time, and thank everybody for stopping by and listening. And that's it for me. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
We still have quite a few open questions. Tim, is there any that we could bring up for the entire audience for Sean to answer live?
Yeah. Here's one. Is it still considered a digital wallet when utilized in mobile gaming betting, brick and mortar?
Is it okay? So is it considered a digital wallet when you're using it on a mobile device for sports betting? Is that how I understand it?
Yeah, the question is, and I'll read it verbatim again. So is it still considered a digital wallet when utilized in mobile gaming / betting, not just at brick and mortar?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess the idea behind when we talk about a digital wallet is you're connecting your banking information to the app itself. So if you're utilizing a mobile device or let's say a mobile app in order to make bets on sports, yes, that would be considered a form of mobile wallets, because you're making those bets via your debit card or a credit card that you've linked to the app itself, which is basically what we're talking about utilizing here as well. So you'd open up the app, you connect a debit card or a credit card to the app itself, and then you would as far as brick and mortar goes, you could tap the machine and play your game. As far as a mobile betting, sports betting goes, you would utilize that as well, the same type of way, as opposed to putting it on the machine. You're just making the bet at a virtual window, if you will, for sports betting. So I would say yes to that question.
Here's another one from Lori. It says, how are jackpots paid? Cashless? Who ensures Title 31 requirements?
That's a great question. So in most mobile wallet applications, the winnings are put back onto your card or back onto the mobile wallet app. So when you cash out, the funds are loaded back onto your app. As far as a jackpot goes, I would assume, and I haven't seen that, and that's a great question. I have to look into that a little bit deeper, but I would assume that it would be handled a similar way as when you cash out a jackpot at a regular slot machine, where you would normally get a ticket for your winnings, or you would come up and hand pay those out via brick and mortar. So if you won a jackpot and you downloaded it from your app onto the machine, if you won a jackpot, then it would be paid. I would assume it would be paid the exact same way as you would if you won the jackpot with a ticketing game.
Yeah, to that point, just to kind of add to that, because this course was set as an overview, just to kind of get people's appetites wet about digital wallets, and because of the pandemic, how digital wallets are slowly transitioning into tribal gaming. Wanted you to definitely be aware of what's coming, and then start to think about, because there's going to have to be some internal controls around a lot of what's happening with it once the vendors begin to place or try to place these games onto your floors. So to this question, how jackpots are paid and who ensures Title 31 requirements, those are certainly things that need to be looked at. And from the standpoint of this being an overview course, there was not a lot of information on the backside to really kind of delve in as far as we would like to go right now, as far as like Title 31 requirements and things of that nature. But I'm sure as the software continues to be developed, and as these begin to make it to the gaming floor, of course, all of this has to be fleshed out. So just keep that top of mind as well.
Right. And I will say, as far as we're talking about mobile betting in sports, here in Las Vegas, if you make a bet on a game mobilely, in order to be paid, you have to go into the brick and mortar place to cash out. Basically, it doesn't go back onto. You can make the payment via your card, but in order to get the money that you won from the game, we would have to go into the casino to get paid. So that a true mobile app, as far as that goes, I don't know how it is in other jurisdictions, but here in Las Vegas, you have to actually go into the brick and mortar place to sign up for the mobile app, and then you can utilize the app outside the casino floor. But in order to get paid after the game, you'd have to walk back into the brick and mortar place to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So,
here's another question. While we still have some time, I think we're coming up on 10 minutes. Would this not be considered a patron deposit account?
Yeah, it's very similar. Certainly, it could be considered a lot of different ways. And kind of again, it's one of those things where it has been around a long time as far as patron accounts go, and the same type of environment I was talking about before, where you can put money onto your actual player card as an account. This is just an expansion of basically of something similar to that, where you'd actually connect it to your banking information, your bank card. So yeah, it could be considered something like a player account, where you're putting money on a player account. And I think a lot of the systems and digital wallet systems that come from some of the gaming vendors would probably work very similar to that. where you place money into the account and it would just be guaranteed via the banking system. Or maybe they query your account and see that you have enough money to load $200 into that account.
Okay.
So yes, very similar.
Here's another one back on jackpots. Will the vendor be able to have the taxes withheld from the jackpot? So when you think about in general sense, that all of that is taken care of when you have to go through and do the cash out at the window or what have you. From my knowledge and from the understanding, and Sean, I asked the question and I'm kind of halfway answer the question and you can tag on to it.
Sure.
That the software will be able to, and we have to take into an account that the software that's being created is going to be looking at all of these aspects. So if a person wins a jackpot and the jackpot is able to be cashed back onto the device, the software should be able to relegate those taxes out of there unless there is a different method, which is you still may have to go back to the window or have an attendant with you to go and actually get that taken care of at that time. So there could be a couple of different ways. Again, this is an overview course, and this is somewhat, although digital wallets and this type of technology is an older technology, but for gaming, all of these questions that you guys are asking are definitely relevant, and definitely we need to know, and definitely we from the NIGC on the IT audit side is looking into it and trying to find out a lot of this information. We're just scratching the surface at this time. So thinking about the taxes and how they're withheld, the software could be as such to where it actually handles that for you, or it may be a physical approach.
Right. And speaking from, the last time I got my hands on a digital wallet system, as far as loading that onto your player card, similar to what we're talking about digital wallet wise, in the event of a jackpot, it was addressed the same as if you would won a jackpot with a ticket. So it was hand paid through an attendant, and all that information was done. It's almost literally the exact same way as normal. But if you won a few $100s or something, those funds would be loaded back onto the actual card itself and moved from game to game. So there was a version as well where you load the game through your player card onto the gaming system or the gaming device, and when you cashed out, it would actually cash out a ticket, and then you take the ticket over, and basically you load the funds through a card. But that was just the intro of the cash. What in that time was called a cash wallet.
And here we had an anonymous attendee who basically says Every can put a jackpot back on the wallet and withhold the taxes. So there's the software basically doing it for you. Let's see here.
To the Avery system?
Yes, that's what this person said. So this question from Susan is a question that Sean and I have discussed back and forth prior to this. So the customer would have to download an app for every single vendor. And at this point, what we've shown you through the videos are 3 different vendors who would have 3 different apps. And so we've been looking into that as well, Susan, just to know that we discussed this actually before the call, because it's some of the same question we had as well. At this point, that each vendor does have their own app. We discussed earlier, would there be like an overall app that sits on top where it could handle all of the individual vendors in kind? So that's a good question. We're still digging into it, and hopefully we can have a better answer in the future.
And I can certainly see, someone, like IGT or Aristocrat or whatever, the gaming system itself, utilizing a system-wide version of a mobile pay. So maybe they take Apple Pay or Samsung Pay or all of them at the same time or whatever, but being utilized through the actual system itself as opposed to individual games on the floor. But we haven't obviously seen that just yet, but I can see that coming soon.
Here's another one, and I'm not sure we can answer this question, but has GLI tested and certified any DW apps? I can't I can't say that for sure. What they've
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
what any independent testing lab has done so far, or which one has done some certifications. I just know that there's a facility or two in Indian country who's been working through the process of getting digital wallets onto their floor, some form of it or the total package of mobile wallets onto their floor. And I don't know which test lab they utilize to have that certified.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either. I know I'm assuming there's quite a few that have been or in test or are being tested or being looked at, I'm sure, but I'm not sure, any of that have been certified.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're down to 4 minutes. We still have 20 open questions in the chat box.
Wow.
We will do we'll do as best we can to answer all of those and get those replies back to you guys. Sorry that we weren't able to. I was typing as fast as I could through most of them. Looks like we answered close to 50. So we will do our best to continue to work through this through the Q&A pod and get the answers to your questions and get them back to you as soon as possible. With that, I don't know if Steve needs to come back in or say anything, but I think that'll do it for us for today. We definitely appreciate your interest in the course. We hope that it was somewhat informative. We'll do our best to continue to dig deeper into digital wallets as they make their way into Indian country. So just be prepared for your vendors to possibly, start talking to you about cashless systems at your facilities. But know that NIGC is looking at it from a regulatory perspective as well, looking at our mix and how they would actually overlay or help with assistance with getting your own tribal controls in place to be able to kind of work with a lot of this newer technology in Indian country. Thank you guys again. I'll turn it back over to Steve.
Great. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Sorry about the audio. It's just, unfortunate nature of the beast when we're doing things remotely. We practiced with Sean, and he had no problems earlier. And then as soon as he got on, he had bandwidth issues. I'd like to send out a personal invite. I think if you were attending any of the other trainings, we're doing this monthly. We're calling it the National Training Topic of the Month. This month was obviously digital wallets, and next month we're going to be doing a training on preparedness, emergency preparedness planning. And we're also doing an IA boot camp, 2-day IA boot camp, which is also coming up in March. So we're trying to provide a lot of training. Hopefully it's hitting the mark with what people want. But please go to our website, and on the main page, you'll see the events that are coming up. Registrations will be linked to those. And our next NTTM is going to be March 7th. So thank you so much. And please take your time. When you click out of this, a survey will come up. Sorry, I'm a little stuttery here. Please fill it out. It really helps us. If you'd like to hear more about this topic, let us know in the comments, and we can put something together. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.